Hi, Shaima. Thank you for coming. How are you? How you doing? Today is gonna be pretty cool. We are about to finish volume one. We have like 3 pages and we're done volume one. And I haven't even been consistent with coming live, but we did pretty good. Hello, Gloria. Thank you for coming and thank you for your beautiful gifts that you're sending. I appreciate you. Oh wow, thank you, Gloria. Alhamdulillah. Thank you, Gloria. See if we can get a couple more, or we could just begin soon. How is the weather treating all of us? Thank you. We haven't even started, Gloria. So, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna finish what we left off from Fascicule 18. We have 4 pages, 3.5 pages. And then we're gonna jump into, I believe, Fascicule. Wait, hold on, this is pretty potent. I wanted to jump to Fascicule 22 because it talked about how Adam and Eve came into being, and how there were many other Adam and Eves that were put here, and I thought that was quite fascinating. But I mean, this book is pretty well laid out. Maybe we should just be patient and go through it. Okay, great, 5 people. All right, we're gonna continue. Okay. Afternoon, Mira. Thank you for coming. If you want to share the live, you can, so that we can get more families in here, because this is the period of resurrection. And anyone that feels that they are awakened, if you are not doing service to humanity and you're not preaching, but if you're not sharing the awakening with humanity, you're not getting your merits. Like you have to do your best to pass the knowledge on, because it's a period of sincerity, right? And that infinite love, infinite tolerance, infinite humility flower requires us to propagate the awakening. How are you? Good, good. So we have to do our best to awaken our brothers and sisters. Okay, right, we're gonna start. Oh, they said I should encourage your viewers to share your live. They will do it if they need to do it. Okay, the universe and music. Now, this part is so powerful because I believe in Fascicule 21, it breaks it down into a whole universal level. And it talks about how, the do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, ti, la, so, fa, mi, re, do. Now, this is how it looks like. Anyone that has the book already knows, but let me see if I can make this bigger. I don't like touching the camera because I always end up messing it up, but I'll do my best. Hold on. Okay. My camera is a bit blurry today. I'm not sure what I did wrong. But yeah, you see this? So it explains that these are the scales of certain parts, of certain layers of the universe. And then in the other fascicule, it explains that you see how we have, the do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do as musical scales. So it says a musical note is constituted of 7 scales, right? It says that our 7 scales piles up to even be one note. And it talks about the 749. So like the do in the first universe, the do has like 7 different do's. The mi has 7 different mi's, all the way till it's down. And then that makes 7 times 7, that would be 49. So there's 49 vibrational notes in the first universe, and it emits a certain frequency and a certain color. And the triple darkness of the universe is 49, 49, 49 of the musical notes. And that, if you remember in the earlier chapters, it talks about the secret name of the creator has 147 letters. And then the 49, 49, 49 adds up all the 349s of the first universe, the second universe, the third universe is 147 altogether added. It just goes to show how everything is just in and out and interwoven, and it's just all interconnected. And it's just amazing. Well, we are going to start. So the universe and music. Hey, Kay, thank you for coming. Our friends. We have formally declared to you that the sound vibrational frequency of spiral vibrations is the La. So this is the sound in the universe. The spiral vibration is a vibration that keeps every atom in the universe in sync, right? Together without anything getting lost. Okay, it's like a magnetic sound. So this spiral vibration is the La frequency, okay? And that is the vibrational frequency of the universe. A musical note is constituted by 7 scales. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. This means that 7 scales constitute a musical note. Each scale mirrors the sound tonalities of the universal whole. Each scale, right? For example, the first do is the frequency of our planet, right? Re is the frequency affecting the functioning order of the thought frequency. This is called the second step. Okay, and in the other fascicule, it will tell you how this is the second universe. So re is the frequency affecting the functioning order of the thought frequency. This is called the second step. To receive the effect of cosmic awareness and to become unveiled. This is the ray frequency, okay? Mi is equal to the frequency of your divine books, okay? However, you can perceive it only in accordance with your capacity. This is the third step. Okay? So now just imagine meditating with do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. So then it says fa. Fa, this is the 4th step. Here, your level of consciousness begins to consume the divine vibrations and you become adapted to the religious dimension. This constitutes the frequency of the dimension you call heaven. So Fa is the frequency of the heaven that we know, which is the 4th dimension, right? 4th and 5th dimension. But this is the beginning of heaven is the 4th dimension. So Fa is a frequency, right, of the 4th dimension. So it says this is the 4th step. So our earth is what? Do, right? Then once your thought frequency starts to be awakened, right? And it says to receive the effect of cosmic awareness and to become unveiled is the ray. So our earth is do, right? That is 0 rod frequency. Once you start getting awakened, you start producing the ray, okay? Because it talks about how the ray is the thought frequency to become, to gain awareness and to become unveiled, right? And then the me is equivalent to the frequency of our divine books. So the frequency of our books, the Quran, religions of the Far East, Old Testament, New Testament, their frequency is the me, okay? And then the Fa, so once we have attained religious fulfillment, right, and we become genuine humans and genuine devotees and have our alliance to the Creator, we now are at the Mi frequency. And then the Fa is the entrance to heaven, the Karina, right? That is the fourth dimension. Okay. And then it says soul. This is entirely the frequency of religious consciousness. Here, your essence finds its God, and you receive the permission for universal expansion. This is the fifth step. It is ascension. So once you enter Karina with the Fa, right? That is the fourth dimension. Karina, the heaven realm, you enter the gate at the fourth dimension, you exit at the fifth dimension. So it's fourth and fifth makes the heavenly realm. But once you enter four, you start getting upgraded. And then once you reach the final boundary of five, you exit to six. That's why it says this is ascension. And the frequency that you obtain at that place is soul. Okay, so do, re, mi, fa, sol, right? So this is the period of ascension, leaving. This is just the fifth step because you leave the fifth dimension, okay? La is a channel of transitioning from religious consciousness to universal consciousness. That's why it's called ascension at soul, right? Because you're transitioning from religious to universal consciousness. And it is the sixth step, and it is a frequency of sound vibration radiating from the focal point of the almighty energy towards the atomic whole, the resonance of the spiral vibration in the first universe. Okay, so La is a resonance of the spiral vibration in the first universe, okay? So you've ascended. So Fa, you've entered Karina. Soul, you finished up with Karina, and now you are ascending. La, you are attaining your God consciousness, right? And you're entering the first universe. And then it says T. T is the seventh step. It constitutes the sound vibration of the second universe, gate of Karina. This is the gate of reflection onto the first universe. Do, the second do, is the eighth step. It constitutes the silent vibrations of the tranquil time during the transition through the gates of Karina. So that is the second do. Remember, our first do is the frequency on our planet, and then the second, the last do is tranquil time, the transition through the gates of Karina. And then the returning back down, so do again. The third do is the ninth step. And at the same time, it is a frequency of birth into the medium of immortality. The book of Islam was prepared in the 18th dimension and was revealed from this dimension in accordance with the public consciousness. And T, coming back down, T, the second T, the sound frequency here is the unification of consciousness beyond immortality, with the consciousness in the spiritual plan attaining the whole. 10. And then it says La. The second La constitutes the frequency of the fifth supreme time. This is the land of the loving ones. It is the degree of Eunice, Mevlana, and humanity. It is the highest dimension of the vibration of love. And then soul, remember, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, ti, la, so, fa, mi, re, do. So the other soul now, the second soul is the frequency of the fourth supreme time. Okay? And Fa, the second Fa is the frequency of the third supreme time, and later on it will explain what these supreme times mean. And then Re, the second Re is the frequency of the first supreme time. So coming from Earth upwards, you go to you go to fourth, third supreme time, and then to the first supreme time is another exit point outwards. So even though 5 sounds like it's up there, it's actually coming from here upwards. So the first supreme time is another exit point into another transition, right? And then Do, the fourth Do, is godly power. The sound vibration of this frequency can transfer you to whichever dimension you wish. And here you can go to other universes by your essence consciousness. You can choose the places you wish. You live again anywhere you like by your own desires. And if you desire, you can transfer yourself again to your world as a fetus, right? So that is the last Do. So if you understand so basically what I got from it is that frequencies hold sounds, right? It holds sounds. And as you vibrate and you're ascending and you're gaining consciousness, your frequency changes. And so is the do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Like the musical notes are not outside of us. Not only that, later on, it'll explain to you how the musical notes hold a color nuance. So as you vibrate and you increase in your frequency, you are a reflection of the musical notes, because the musical notes are emitted based on your frequency vibration, right? Anything that vibrates has a frequency, has a sound, and then each sound has a color. Okay, and then there's nuances from each scale to each scale. There's nuances of frequencies and nuances of colors, because everything is interminable. Everything is always like the snake that eats its own head. Everything is just always like this, right? It's just always like this. It's not like this and then like that. It's always like this, right? So there's always nuances. Like if you were to mix the color blue and red, and you mix them in different variations, you find different scales, right? Or even if you just mix blue and red and you poured water on it on a white piece of paper and you allowed it to dry, you will see all the nuances of color, right? So every nuance holds a frequency, holds a tonality, right? So this is our ascension. Our universe, our world is full of music and colors, and that is pretty cool. And then so they said that if you attain the fourth do, that is godly power, and the sound vibration of this frequency can transfer you to whichever dimension you wish, or you can come back to earth as a fetus. It is up to you, right? But when you come back to earth as a fetus, after attaining the fourth do, you come with your unveiled awareness. So you're not going through any human evolution. You come unveiled, you come on vacation, or you come perform a mission, but you know yourself, right? You don't have to be trapped by any matrix. Okay, so now let us give a little more explanation in the light of this knowledge. The fetus is an indivisible whole, and its manifestation is the human. However, in the applied order, certain genes and essence genes are engrafted to this fetus, and then it is bestowed on your planet, okay? The procedure carried out are not on the fetus, but on the genes. A fetus that has claimed its essence gene is always the same essence, and even if it is kept here frozen for thousands of years, it never changes. For example, we had formerly mentioned the sixes. We will mention them again so that they are comprehended very well. So the 6 friends were Moses, Jesus Christ, Muhammad, Beti, Qadri, and Mevlana. In sequence, these friends are serving on your planet at the moment with your essence consciousness. So these 6s are here and they have full unveiled awareness, and they know themselves and they know their mission. And they're here for the period of resurrection. However, because they're here to transition us from the religious dimension to universal consciousness. However, since their bodily genes too have been sown on your planet one by one, those carrying these genes have also been awakened by the signals they receive from their essence genes and have presumed themselves to be Moses, Jesus Christ, Muhammad, Beti, Qadri, or Mevlana. So they're saying that even though the 6s, Jesus, Moses, Jesus, Muhammad, Beti, Qadri, and Mevlana are here, certain portions of their genes are also engrafted onto other individuals. And as Jesus, Moses, the 6s are here and are doing their mission, those that hold certain portions of their genes are also assuming that they are them because they hold the gene. Okay, so that means that there may be more than one of them, right? Because it's a consciousness, right? It's a consciousness. I remember somebody said, I am the Jesus Christ that you're looking for. And I was like, But it's a consciousness. All of us are attaining Christ consciousness at the moment, right? So we are transmitting to you the truth through this knowledge book. And we repeat again, the characteristics of these 6 friends is that despite finding their own selves, they sacrifice themselves for humanity in unveiled awareness, challenging even death, right? Before they fully knew themselves, they put their life on the line. Like we know about these prophets, right? We know. Maybe these friends did not believe us then, and they did not and they did not suppose they would be resurrected again, but now they know and see everything through an unveiled awareness. We have kept our word to them. We are much obliged to inform them of our gratitude now for the confidence they had in us then, and at the moment, all of them are serving their humans. We repeat, the 6 friends are the first preeminent ones who signed the constitution of the system. Afterwards, all transfers that found an application field in the plan have been transferred as veiled awarenesses. Okay, so the 6 friends have unveiled awarenesses, and anyone else, right, that came in for a mission came with veiled awarenesses, and they have to work their way to unveil awarenesses. And gene transfers still are and will be made in this way. To extend the knowledge we gave before, we have mentioned this subject again. Now let us continue our message and let us make our calculations in accordance with sound frequency. The scale is 7 in number, so do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, right? 7 in number. The second do is a transition link. Okay, so do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, ti, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do. So the second do is a transition link. With that, it becomes 8, right? 2, the returning and the ascending scales are the same 2. That is, they are also 8. Now, add up the 2 8s, you get 16. Add up the resultant numbers, right? 1 and 6 equals 7. So they go back to equaling to 7, the 7 musical notes. This is the actual vibration of the sound frequency tonality of the atomic whole. This is a key number. The number 7 is very significant for this reason. These are the main sounds, and each sound has thousands of nuances, just like in colors. Formerly, we mentioned the color frequency to you. You can apply the medium of music to it in exactly the same way too. Colors and sounds are always one inside the other. Each sound has a color. Each color has a sound. Just like the universes and the galaxies rotating one inside the other to constitute an atomic whole. So this is where we get our aura. My aura is gold. My aura is pink. My aura is whatever. Because our frequency is projecting a sound, and the sound has a color. This is where our auras come from. Okay? So the higher we vibrate and the higher we increase our frequency, our auras do change. It's interminable or become brighter. That which constitute these universes and galaxies are the vibrations and the reflections of these realms of sound and color. So in the universe, it's just realms of sound and color. A systematic tableau constitutes the natural circulation. And that message was from center. That was packed. Is Robert here? So note, we simplify all the knowledge in accordance with the public consciousness so that it will be easily comprehended. The second notice of the council for our friends who write the knowledge book in their own handwriting. So any of us that are on this path, our friends, there is an extraordinary unification in the entire universe. The special staff members of the divine emissaries who will enter the golden light year will bring to you the residents of the golden galaxy. You will see with your own eyes the changes in connections and will personally witness them. Now we have some suggestions to be given to you. We had said to you, write your book in your handwriting. Now we are transmitting a second command by the command of the council. Hey, Rob. Our friends who will pass away to the golden realm in the future will each become a light for future generations. Okay? For this reason, we are telling you to write your book with your own hands. This dictated knowledge book will be the testimonial of you and your family. For this reason, we will have a special request of our friends who are writing or will write the book. They will first write the date on which they begin to write the book at the beginning of their books. This is very important. Then they will write a short biography of theirs. Then the date of death and birth of their dead or living mothers and fathers, dates of death and birth of their members of their family, dead or living. It is our request that you should write the book specifically with ink pen. These books of yours will be taken into micro archives in future centuries by reducing their size. This is the reason why we specifically request that they should be written in ink. These books will constitute the roots of your future family trees, and a special plaque will be given to those who write the books so that all friends can find each other in future centuries. It is presented for your knowledge. So this book is going to serve as a link. Now, I asked about writing the birth and death of mothers and fathers, and the birth and death of family members in the book, and the Council for Canada said we don't need to do that anymore. We just write our name, and when we finish writing the book, all our families are then part of the salvation plan. So they said you don't need to write the death and dates and births and all that stuff of family members that have passed, because I would not remember when my grandmother passed. So we're done volume 1, y'all. Done volume 1. Okay. So now I'm stuck between going on to Fascicule, but I'm just going to continue. This part is quite heavy. Okay. Give me a minute. Let me find how we are doing. Right? It's awesome. Where was I yesterday that I was blown away? Oh yeah, this part. Ooh, it's heavy. Wait, okay. 1987, first month, Fascicule 19. This message is an invitation to unity for all the road groups. Message was given on the date 20/10/1986. We presume that all our solar friends who serve from the universal plan have become conscious of the reason why the different knowledge they have been receiving until today from the mediamic medium has been given. The Universal Unified Ordinance Council desires that the progresses on your planet operate in a much quicker tempo by assembling your levels of consciousness in the same focal point. So for this reason, the Turkey of Ataturk, chosen by the selection committee of the Universal Ordinance, is the sole focal point that will undertake this great mission of the plan. So the frequencies are coming from Turkey, is the focal point where knowledge is given and then fanned out to the rest of us. All the road groups are directly under the supervision of the plan of the center. The Turkey of Ataturk is the focal point from which the fan is opened. For this reason, the focal points established in Turkey will first become unified among themselves. The decision for unification of all the focal points under a roof that will be established in the Istanbul Center has been taken. Please write the name of the focal point that will be established. It will be the Turkey of Ataturk Road Brotherhood Union Universal Unification Center. We will assemble all the focal points within the constitution of this unification, and in future, the branches of this focal point will be established on your entire planet in every country, and that has already happened. The Mevlana Essence Nucleus group will lay the foundation of this unification in such a way that the Istanbul will be the center. All the awakening consciousnesses will introduce the messages they receive through conferences and dissemination to everyone, and will invite the universal focal point to their totalities. The West will assist you on this path in the future years, which is happening. This call to unification will also be made to all the groups on your planet. Everyone will extend maximum assistance to this medium. We are going to select one by one, according to their essence lights, the members of this focal point that will be established without expecting any personal benefit. Because remember, it's service to humanity, right? They will come and find you by their essence consciousnesses. Selection is from us, endeavors from you. Messages you receive until today are not private messages belonging to you. In some of the messages given to certain groups, there have been special instructions. These secrecies have been provided to engraft you with responsibility and mission consciousness. And consciousnesses who have become cognizant of their responsibility on this path have been chosen one by one. All this knowledge is given in the same fashion also to all the focal points on your planet. Unification of the point will complete the picture. Okay? For this reason, there is no discrimination and no secrecy. And this is written in red ink. I don't know if you can see it. It is written in red ink. That is how important this command is. No discrimination, no secrecy. These words will be written with red pen. Mevlana, who is the pen of the golden age, will invite everyone to this unification by conferring with the group leaders, and she will send the message to all the groups. It is presented for your knowledge, and that was from council. Note, the short name of the association is Call to Friendship. This association that will be established in the Turkey of Ataturk will be the common center of all the groups that serve from the universal dimension on your planet. Now I got to show you how knowledge is projected on us from source and to all the different governing systems in the universe before it reaches us. And it's quite a diagram, but I will. Okay, sorry, how do I make it straight? There we go. So at the top, you see source. Now I can't read now, but just capture it in your mind before I put the book down. I go through it. Okay. So source is that opening where commands are given, most likely the alpha channel, and then it's disseminated to all the hierarchical orders in the universe until it gets to their destination. But the command is always from source. And you can see the center above the center, etc., all in there. And now I will put it down because my hands are tired. Okay. Sorry. Excuse me. I don't know how to do this. Okay, it's not working. I'm sorry. Whew. Some days it works, some days it doesn't. I'll just put myself on the side. Okay. All right, so source. So source to unified reality center governing mechanism, and then to the mechanism of the preeminent spirit, mechanism of the lords and the federation. And it says the mechanism of the lords, they work cooperatively. Obviously, everything in the universe works in accordance, right? Everything is in sync. And then from the federation to the council, the road lord, special channel, the knowledge book, so from the council, and then the council of the loyal ones, council of stars, council of the supreme ones, and then the central system, center above the center, and then the center, and then the plan, the Sirius mission to various missions, order establishing focal point, projective focal point order. Supervision of the focal points are connected to the center above the center. So, and everybody and every group works corporately, they all cooperate and work together effectively, but all the commands come from source and then it's disseminated so that it doesn't blow our brain fuse. So it has to take its time and it has to get to us in the way that our consciousness is able to comprehend it. There we go. Okay. All right. So note, the center is Saturn. Okay. However, it is only a projective focal point. The actual source expands up to various extremely advanced and different solar dimensions. It is presented for your knowledge. So Saturn is a projective focal point. Notice to the road groups, a great period is being entered. We ask you, please, to pay attention to the knowledge we present to you. There is an extraordinary action in the entire universe. Devoted servants of Allah are the lights of this medium. Togetherness with the suns beyond the suns will lead you towards the unknowns. Now, when they're talking about suns, they're talking about entities, advanced entities, right? So togetherness with the suns beyond the suns will lead you towards the unknowns. There is beauty and goodness in everything, so we just have to look for it. Now we are obliged to communicate to you a command given from the advanced plan. The plan of Almighty, the Absolute, is the key of the lock of the entire universal mechanism. Being able to unlock this lock is only possible by hearing the voice in your essence. To be unified in a whole is this. Extraordinary perceptions present in everyone occur through the cosmic chains of the center. This salvation plan, called the period of sincerity, is proceeding in effect with all its power and with great speed on the applied field. It's just amazing how we're in the period of resurrection and yet everybody's still going to work. Everybody's still worried about the mortgage. It just goes to show the level of perception that we have. I guess we all haven't tapped into it yet, but this is Judgment Day or Judgment Years, and everybody's still caught up in the matrix. So we will talk to you who will be the light of the advanced plan and the golden age about some special future precautions. We will have special connections parallel to the signals of the chains of thought we receive from you under the light of the knowledge we have given until today. Please do not forget that everyone is under the supervision of the center. Everyone is under the supervision of the center. Everyone is under the supervision of the center. So think good, be good, do good. The supervision of the frequencies is carried out each moment. Achievement of the missions you will perform will immerse you in happiness. However, be careful not to use your personal warning lights during the performance of your missions. Please act directly in the framework of the instructions of the center and the mechanism and serve in the direction of only what has been required of you, okay? So otherwise, the automatic circuit will automatically take your frequency circuit out of effect. We are not responsible for this, okay? So they said, do not use your own personal warning lights, during the performance of missions. So don't use your own mind towards oh, I don't know if they're going to understand what I'm going to say. That's not your place. Just plant the seeds, okay? Just plant the seeds. They will take care of the watering and the verdant of it, okay? So hence, the intensive operational ordinance of the final period has become effective in the system. On this path, it is indispensable that everyone makes his or her choice, himself and herself. After the month of February 1987, there will be an extraordinary selection in all the road groups. Single system, single law will come into effect. So this was in 1987. We will always convey the knowledge that will shed light on the mass awakenings through this knowledge book to you. It is our greatest purpose to see everyone happy, our friends. Love. And that was from the center. Special note of the center. Dear Mevlana, all the fascicules that are the product of 3-year work belonging to the years of 1984, 1985, 1986 will be considered a set. Knowledge that will be given after the month of January 1987 will constitute the second edition of the book, and the product of 3 years of work after this will complete the second set. The third set will assemble within itself the individual awakenings as an example of humanity. Besides this, special knowledge will be given. We will notify you to the date for the book to be printed. At present, the book will continue to awaken the consciousness of the medium through the fascicules. Unification will enable material means for you. The sun of the golden age has begun to rise on the horizon. We express our gratitude to you, dear friend, on behalf of the entire realm. The sun of the golden age has begun to rise on the horizon. And that was from the center. How are we doing? Okay, so it is the answer to chains of thoughts. Please start from where you have left off. There are special messages to be given to the sons of the golden age. Knowledge on this order of unification will be given to them too. However, you can add this message to prove to everyone that these messages are given from the same focal point, because the Mevlana Essence Nucleus group is a group that lays down the mortar of the golden age, and the plan has been given, because the Mevlana Essence Nucleus group is a group that lays down the mortar of the golden age. The plan has given the permission to them to be the first to lay down the mortar of the foundation. The group that will be established by a representative from each group on a collective consciousness level. If a member of the group creates a negativity in association, another member of his or her group will replace him or her. And by this means, negativities will never be allowed. Other groups will easily read the messages they receive from their own plans in the Universal Association group that has been established. Authorities of both the mosque and the church will give conferences about this world brotherhood unification at the association, so both the mosque and the churches. I haven't seen that yet. And mediumists coming to you from foreign countries will present to you the knowledge they receive from their own channels as conferences in association. I haven't been to one of these conferences yet in Ataturk, Turkey, but they're literally saying that like certain people that receive messages from their own channels will share this message with every other group so that every other group will have the same frequency level. And they will give you the knowledge you do not know yet. It is presented for your knowledge. And that was from the center. Our friends, in the period of sincerity that we call the period of intense preparation for the golden age, it is our pride to cooperate with friends who have grasped the truth. Okay. However, if you serve through a more productive medium, this will prepare much beautiful days for you. So it's okay to be receiving the frequency, but if you're active in awakening other frequencies, right, you prepare beautiful days for yourself. As we often repeat and shall always repeat, the knowledge book that is dictated from the direct channel of the Universal Council is a celestial book that transmits the truth to you. In this matter, misunderstandings are out of the question. However, friends who have attained the consciousness of the distributed fascicules will witness their progresses of consciousness in case they read the fascicules over and over again from the beginning, and they will observe how the horizons of their views and comprehensions expand. And they always say this, read, read, read. Even if you're done the book, go back to the beginning. Wherever you finish, the level that you've been upgraded to, when you go back to the beginning, it allows you to glean more knowledge based on that level that it brought you to the last time, and your knowledge expands. And when you go back again, now it's taking you from level 3 and it's expanding you to level 4. And when you go back again, it's taking you from level 4 to level 5. It's interminable. The frequencies in this book will always keep upgrading you until you have gained yourself. Okay? So, as we always repeat, there are 10 messages within each message. Everyone can grasp these messages in the direction of the consciousness they have gained. Denying the given knowledge is only due to non-consciousness. We never reproach these friends of ours who are sincere. We continue to design the paths they can transcend, Appreciation and judgment belongs to the divine rank. Our love is upon the universe center. So they're saying that, you know, even friends that do a little here and there, they're saying that they just design a different path for them so that they can keep transcending. Like they don't boo them, they're not angry, they don't reproach them. They just calculate them and say, where can we put them so that they can evolve? How are we doing? It is explanation for all the groups, our friends. All the groups that are going to be the foundation stones of the golden age will put into the application field the instructions given by the plan by sharing among themselves the work to be done. Okay? This dictated knowledge book has a private channel, and no mediumist on your planet can receive knowledge from this channel. This channel is a private channel connected only to the frequency of dear Mevlana, who is the pen of the golden age. For this reason, we will inform you of the knowledge that will be given from the Unified Reality Center of the Universal Council only through this book. So the channel that this book is connected to, nobody can tap into it. However, we do receive the knowledge from that channel through this book. We are projecting the universal messages considered necessary by the plan on your entire planet through numerous channels, and by this means, we are trying to enable the unification among the groups. We have special channels connected to the thought frequency of each individual, and through these channels, we transmit personal and universal knowledge to them according to their frequency power. So every single person, every single individual has a channel connected to them, and they upgrade you based on your capacity level. They give you knowledge based on your capacity level. And due to the proximity of the knowledge received in this way, everyone would notice that this knowledge is not their essence knowledge. It's a universal knowledge. However, we are officially conveying the direct knowledge and instructions of the Golden Council of Unified Reality from the pen of dear Mevlana, who is the pen of the Golden Age. It is presented for your knowledge. And that was from the council. Whew. It's heavy. It's heavy. We're about to get into some applicable stuff. Okay. Notice to the public consciousness, our friends. Messages given by the special command of the center are the messages of the direct channel. The goal of the supreme plan in the universe that comprises the entire realm is to mirror this dissemination on your planet as well. We are assembling all the suns together. The golden age is being established by a great plan. No one should have any doubts about this. The order of the entire cosmos is again taken in hand by the command of the divine plan. The order, apart from the deep-rooted consciousnesses, is being projected on your planet as an order of learning. This dictated knowledge book is the book of the entire universe. The content of the writings dictated for the book is very important for us. The Supreme Ra, who is the light of the realms, is projecting the entire order on your planet, right? And that is Amun Ra. And there's three of them. There's Amun, Amun Ra, and Rahman. Your world will witness the splendor of this order. This book is being dictated by the command of the Lord under the supervision of his supreme missionaries. You, our brothers and sisters, are assisting us. The period of sincerity will project on you all the secrets of the cosmos. Our human brothers and sisters who will be taken to salvation will reunite with light under their light of this knowledge. Our human brothers who will be taken to salvation will reunite with light under the light of this knowledge. Our love is upon all the universe's center. This is the period of sincerity. So like Amun Ra and Ra and Rahman, Amun Ra and Rahman, they're in charge of the telekinetic system, which is like the communicative power in the universe. And their gold, they mentioned earlier in some other fascicules that the gold is representative of gold being such a conductor, right? Such a high conductor. And so when they're talking about the golden galaxy, they're talking about the ability to project advanced knowledge in a faster way to the entire, we're the ones that are coming up to them, so to us. But the gold represents knowledge in advanced form. So the Ilona constellations. So we're going to talk about Sirius and the mission on Sirius and how it is projected on us. So you know that Sirius is a double universe star. Each galaxy is connected to this star by the order it has formed within its own constitution. So every galaxy is connected to the Sirius constellation. However, the operational ordinance of Sirius is the operational ordinance of the universal block. This means that this is not an operational connected to two universes only. So since you do not need more detailed knowledge, we are trying to give brief and essential knowledge just to satisfy your curiosity, our friends. Now let me show you what they're talking about before I go on reading, just so you can have a picture in your mind. How do I every single time. Okay. And then I'll continue. Some days it works and some days it does not. So, the Ilona constellations are the stars closest to the second universe. As a whole, it is called the third Sirius, and it is connected to your planet directly by the channel of the Lord. So, it is constituted by 7 stars lined up one behind the other. It has been the representative of the hierarchical order until today. Those who have given the celestial knowledge to your planet until today have been broadcasting from here. So this is the 7-star system called the Ilona constellation. Your channel is connected to the channel Alpha, which is the channel of this order. Here is a focal point that projects the evolution plan to the other constellations as well. Each galaxy has a supreme assembly, a central system, a committee of evolutionary order appropriate to its evolution plan and possesses plans and laws peculiar to itself. However, knowledge given to all the mediums is different. Can you just imagine that some time ago we thought there was nothing else out there? Whilst there's a whole governance, there's a whole governance outside of this dome. The Council of the Loyal Ones, the Council of Stars, the Assembly of the Supreme Ones, and now the Universal Council organize your order. Hence, the intermediaries have been removed and the celestial knowledge is given directly from the third Sirius. It is beneficial to explain the following. We said that these stars are lined up one behind the other due to the changes in orbit and velocity of rotational periods. You can see only the great bright, the small Sirius, and Ilona for the time being. And let us explain something we have received from your chains of thought. The rotation period of small Sirius around big Sirius is 52 world years. So the Dogon Malis of Africa, they knew this knowledge because it even talks about them in Fascicule 22, how the beings from Sirius came to them and gave them like advanced knowledge and gave them a universal calendar that they go by. And they gained this knowledge because they had primitive consciousness. So they were like pure, no contamination. And so they received a visit from people from the Sirius constellation and they gave them advanced knowledge. And up to now, they only worship Sirius. Like they don't care about, they only worship Sirius because of the knowledge that has been passed down, the Dogons. You can Google them up. Okay. So the rotation period of small Sirius around big Sirius is 52 world years. In the time of the hierarchical order, since the direct cosmic current used to fall directly on the orbit of your planet, with the completion of this period, cosmic awakenings used to correspond primarily to those ages. So anytime that the 52-year would line up and there was like a sync in, what word would I use? But if there was like an alignment with the 52 years, there was a certain level of energy for cosmic awakenings that came through that channel. And individual efforts and individual enlightenment were used to be made more on that age, right? So now, due to the removal of the hierarchical order, your planet has been exposed to direct cosmic showers. Each gene sown on your planet is awakening, young or old, in proportion with the consciousness she or he has gained in this period of resurrecting. Mass awakening, it says. Mass awakening. So it says each gene on our planet, young or old, is receiving awakening based on their consciousness level. And this is a mass awakening. This dimensional change that we call the final period is the transition from the religious dimension to the universal dimension. So we know this. For this reason, the essence genes of the supreme awarenesses of the divine plan who transcended the consciousness awareness of the religious medium that have been kept frozen here for centuries have been sown on your planet, and they will still be sown. In this period of awakening, they will guide you, dear terrestrial brothers and sisters, and will transmit the truth. At the moment, your planet is a planet of supreme consciousness. So Earth did good. We did good. And the Earth itself is going through her own evolution, right? So she's also ascending to a higher, she's also being taken to higher consciousness and higher, higher ranks. So due to the need of those consciousnesses in this period of transition, those genes have been transferred to your planet first. Later, when you leap over this threshold, genes who will transmit knowledge of greater learning from the divine plan beyond religions to you will convey to you every advanced knowledge, and they will be sown on your planet one by one in accordance with time consciousness. Thus, the golden age is being established in this way. Now the harvest of the seeds that have been sown is being made. And we heard this kind of analogy before in the religious dimension, the harvest. Meanwhile, something needs to be explained. Each awakening awareness may not be from the divine plan. They are light brains, literally light, okay? However, since their individual egos are stimulated with the effect of those cosmic currents, certain undesired events emerge in society, like negative organizations and personal interests. And to put them into order is the mission of the plan. In this period, a whole is being proceeded to hand in hand with brotherly, sisterly collaborations. There is no individualism in the constitution of the Universal Council. The order is being established by this means. It is presented for your knowledge. And that was from Center. So there is no individualism. This we also know. It is answer to the chains of thought. Okay. It is a notice to the pen of the golden age. It is detailed knowledge about Sirius. It has been declared from the special archives of the center. Okay. So even though the climate of Sirius resembles very much the climate of our planet, so your planet, our planet, their mediums of living are different. Energies belonging here are being taken to the consciousness of the medium through the time tunnel. So the energies that belong to Sirius are being taken through the consciousness of the medium through time tunnels. Now, what time tunnels is, not entirely sure, but I can guess it's some form of quantum leaping in advancement and gain of knowledge and engraftment. Sirius is a double universe star. Okay. However, it is connected to each universe cluster through special channels. So Sirius is connected to universes, other universe clusters through special channels. Okay. The ordinance of Sirius is in force in all the universes. However, the actual source of the Sirius focal point is the second universe. So Sirius receives its source information from the second universe, and then the Sirius the two-star system is connected to all the other universes. Some dimensions call it the Sirius sun. However, it is neither a sun nor a star. If we were to give it a value beyond the suns, it would be called a reflection focal point, conveying both the administrative and the divine hierarchical order of the mechanism of the system to every part of the universe. So they are a channel receiving source code and transmitted to all the universes. The operational order of Sirius is different in each universal ordinance. The power of the Sirius focal point in the second universe is being projected on 9 constellations in the first universe. So the power of the Sirius focal point in the second universe, right, is being projected on 9 constellations in the first universe. Okay? We call this focal point of reflection the 9 principles. The Sirius focal point is the second universe. in the second universe is also called the Great White Bright. Okay, so the Great White Bright. So this Sirius projects source code and information to this Sirius star, and then the Ilona constellation, based on its rotation field, kind of just spreads the knowledge around to all the other universal clusters. And that's just how it works. I want to go to Sirius now. Okay. So now we call this focal point of reflection the 9 principles. The Sirius focal point in the second universe is also called the Great White Bright. Now the entire cosmic energy of this focal point is being projected on your medium from the left dimension of your sun. The Sirius constellations are 9 in number. It holds the power of the entire universe in its hand as a reflection of the hierarchical order. We will make you draw the operational ordinance of this plan through diagrams, and then you'll understand it more easily. So I had to draw this, and Robert had to draw it. Okay, so hold on. The great star, the Sirius focal point in the second universe, that is the Great White Bright. B, the star at the center, right, is the big Sirius in the first universe, that is a Great Bright. So the top one is a Great White Bright in the second universe, and then it projects energy to the Great Bright in the first universe. And then C, the smaller star, which you see going around, is very tiny, but it goes around the Great Bright, which is, right? It's actually one star that's just rotating. It's not multiple stars that's going around this star. It's just one star that's rotating. But it acts like as a mirror of reflection. So it's just, the information is coming through to this star right here. So the Great White Bright to the Great Bright. And then the smaller Sirius now acts like a dissemination point, projecting it to all the other universes. So the small star, the small Sirius on the second Sirius, its rotation period around the big Sirius is 52 years. It projects periodically the energy of the big Sirius on the other constellations. The black dots on the diagram are the Ilona constellations on the third Sirius, and our planet is A over. I believe that's that. I can't really see, but this is where our planet is. So note, in the diagram, the rotation of the small Sirius is shown as many stars. Do not misunderstand, it is single. So it's just the rotation of it, 52 rolled years, dissemination of knowledge and ciphers and codes and orders from the Great Bright from the Great White Bright to the Great Bright, and then all over to the other universes. And this is how our universe receives certain knowledge. So Sirius is very important to us, our Earth being. Hey, Cinderella. Thank you for coming. So the Sirius Universal Method. So the Sirius Universal Method is the suggestions aiming at the establishment of an administrative order. The person who finds his or her own self is the person who works miracles. The entire order has set out from this word. To knead the raw soil, water is added to it. Soil which has no water added to it, it cracks, right? So sun rays and water given to the tree ripen the raw fruits. Water given to the tree is the religious suggestions. This water makes the fruit on the tree grow. However, that fruit cannot ripen without sunshine. They're talking about us. Thus, the Sirius Universal Method is metaphorically the mirror of this order. First, you are given religious suggestions. Your level of consciousness expands from the religious suggestions. Then you evolve parallel to the awakening of your consciousness. And as you evolve, you are trained gradually in accordance with special laws. All these endeavors are for making you gain yourself and for preparing a medium for awakening. The final station of the holy ones is Sirius. The final station of the holy ones is in Sirius. This is the method of the order establisher. To be, to find, to attain. When you transcend these 3 steps in your world through incarnation rings, you connect with all the realms. To be, just be, you exist. Find, search for knowledge, attain the knowledge, right? And then you can see that it's cyclical. If you lay it out, to be, to find, to attain will lead you back to being, okay? Hence, you have no more obstacles in front of you into whichever dimensions horizon you dive. You can attract yourself the knowledge there through your brain channels. Apart from this, the mechanical order of the advanced technologies can connect with your world body too. They can have private conversations with you. This is intergalactic connection. Okay, that is with the mechanical order and the advanced technologies. Some people have that. I don't have that yet. Just like, I'm not that conscious of it. Just like the bodies in the world, there are numerous beings resembling the shapes of the world bodies in many other realms. Did you hear that? Just like the bodies in this world, okay, there are numerous beings resembling the shape of world bodies in many other realms. You call them extraterrestrials. Since you too are part of space, you too are an extraterrestrial. They are the friends who have transcended the 3 steps of your world and who possess technological means of an advanced order. However, they are friends to friends and enemies to enemies. This behavior of theirs occurs by the command of the order establisher. This order establisher is your Lord. However, the genuine Lord is concealed within you. It is indispensable to explain all the truths in the clearest way. This is a command of the divine declared to the center by the divine ordinance. It is declaration of the center to the center. So they're telling you that a lot of the extraterrestrials look like us, but they have completed their incarnation rings and have advanced to a more technologically advanced mechanisms and have attained themselves. Okay, so it is continuation of the message about Sirius. The Sirius focal point in the second universe is projecting hierarchical order on special sections. This focal point has undertaken the awareness of the entire ordinance. Its operational ordinance is administered by missions. The special supervision of your solar system is under the supervision of this mission. So we are under the supervision of the Sirius mission. The 3rd Sirius is responsible for the Milky Way galaxy. The 3rd Sirius is the first 9. It is also called the Ilona constellations. The Sirius in the first universe, that is the big Sirius or the great bright, that is the one that's in the center, not the one at the top, but the one in the center, is the single focal point that projects the order of the plan by assembling in its constitution the entire power of the Sirius focal point in the second universe. We saw that it takes the energy from the great big bright, the great white bright, to itself, and then it disseminates, right? The rotation period of the small Sirius around big Sirius is 52 years. The mission of the small Sirius is to distribute fractionally the energy of the big Sirius to the 9 constellations shown on the diagram. Listen, this just goes to show, this just says, all I'm hearing from this is we have never been disconnected from anything. That's all I'm hearing from this. We have never been disconnected from anything. Everything in our planet has always been an order and has always been operational. It has always been supervised. We have never been out of sync of anything, okay? Everything is happening accordingly, okay? So So the mission of the small Sirius is to distribute fractionally the energies of the big Sirius to the 9 constellations shown in the diagram. These constellations are not observed from your planet due to their being lined up one behind the other. Okay? Only a satellite sent from your planet can detect them from behind. The Sirius focal point in the second universe, that is a great white bright, is nothing but a mirroring on you of a plan far beyond the almighty energy focal point. Everything is a focal point. Everything is working in accordance with the command of the almighty, the absolute. And all these big Sirius, small Sirius, all of them are just projection centers of the order to other constellations. This is directed by an order establishing mechanism. If we compare the megawatt power of cosmic rays that are able to reach your planet with the power the plan mirrors on the star systems, and if we measure it by a stellar hour, we will see that it is very low. 1 stellar hour is tantamount, more or less, to the time unit of total number of hours you have in 1 day, 1 year. I'm going to read that again. If we compare the megawatt power of the cosmic rays that are able to reach your planet, right? So the megawatt power that's able to reach our planet with the power the plan mirrors on the star systems, and if we measure it by a stellar hour, we see that it is very low. 1 stellar hour, so stellar, right? Interstellar. 1 stellar hour is more or less to the time unit of a total number of hours in 1 year of hours. 1 stellar hour, the energy, right, of 1 stellar hour outside of your 1 stellar hour is the energy of all the hours in 1 year on our planet. The stellar hour is used as a measurement unit beyond time. If the cosmic rays reflected on your planet each day were given all at once as a yearly total, all the living beings will evaporate. So this is why they are slowly engrafting us, right? This is why they are slowly dosing us to get us acclimatized to the frequencies. So they said, if the cosmic rays reflected on your planet each day were given all at once as a yearly total, all the living beings will evaporate. So their 1 stellar hour, they share it out in all the hours that we have in 1 year for us to receive it nicely and gently. An energy who comes into existence on your planet in accordance with each stellar hour will attain cosmic consciousness in exactly 52 years. So that particular stellar hour, if a being is born or a fetus comes into our world, right, with that particular, the alignment of that 1 stellar hour, in exactly 52 years, in according to your unit, provided that she or he begins to receive these cosmic rays continuously starting from the day she's born. So within 52 years, they would have attained that 1 stellar hour of knowledge. It takes 52 years, you're saying. So an energy who comes into existence on your planet in accordance with each stellar hour will attain cosmic consciousness in exactly 52 years, according to your unit, provided that she or he begins to receive these cosmic rays continuously starting from the day she or he is born. Okay? That's 1 stellar hour to our 52 years. Cosmic consciousness is subject to evolution. The measurement mentioned above is pertaining to the perception of the entire quantity of the cosmic current given to your planet each day. However, no one can ever receive these cosmic currents regularly in normal life. For this reason, the evolution of your planet is related to incarnations. So even with all the stellar hour information and cosmic rays that is coming in, they said that we still can't even attain it in one lifespan. We have to come back in incarnations to keep receiving it. So for this reason, evolution of your planet is related to incarnations, and this is the applied field of the plan. In this period, we have canceled the hierarchical order due to urgency because there is no more need for the birth of a sage in every 52 years. Ooh, it's heavy. It's heavy. It's heavy. Okay, we're almost done. All right. The mechanical system has been connected to the automatic logic, and the order is being reflected on you directly from very advanced dimensions. Supreme missionaries sent to your planet are incarnations who came to your planet through birth. They are performing their missions as a necessity of the plan. Now, everyone profits from cosmic current in accordance with his or her level of consciousness. In this period of sincerity, since the cosmic currents given from the mechanism of influences are very powerful as a necessity of the mediumic medium, some consciousness codes are being opened suddenly. Okay? In this period of sincerity, since the cosmic currents given from the mechanism of influences are very powerful as a necessity of the mediumic medium, some consciousness codes are being opened suddenly. Okay? Isn't it great, Robert? Thank you, Robert. We are connecting these open consciousness codes first to certain channels in accordance with their evolution. Our first connection with them occurs in this manner. Afterwards, the consciousness codes are connected from the mission dimension to the thought signals. Since the ego mediums too become powerful with the effect of cosmic currents in this period, many false prophets have also come into existence. Since the evolution of each person is different, we easily differentiate genuine missionaries from the others. We are making the selection according to incarnations, evolvement, and essence energies, our friends, our lovers upon the entire universe. So this cosmic rays that are coming in and all of us are tapping into it. Some other ones that have not really matured in their evolution, receiving this cosmic rays, all of a sudden think they're superpowers, and then they think they're prophets, and then they start doing that whole thing that we see everywhere. And that is not it, because a genuine person receiving this cosmic rays is actually humbled, much more humbled, and their egos are removed. So anyone that you see that is like doing all that whole thing, they're not matured in their spiritual evolution just yet, because true evolvement humbles you. True ascension humbles you. It becomes that you are a service to humanity and that you don't own yourself. You don't own yourself. You're not working for yourself. You're working for the ordinance. You're working for the whole, right? So that was noticed from the center. Explanation of the knowledge about Sirius, article by article, to be better understood. Okay. 1. Sirius is a double universe star. Its emblem is the double eagle. 2. The Sirius focal point in the second universe is also called the Great White Bright. It projects its energy to Big Sirius, that is to the Great Bright in the first universe. So second universe is called the Great White Bright, and then it projects energy to the first universe, the Great Bright, and then the lunar constellation, the third Sirius, circles it around. 3, the Big Sirius in the first universe is at least 9 times more powerful in terms of energy than our sun. It is also called the Great Bright. This is the second one. Okay, not even the big one. This is not even the one in the second universe. The one in the first universe is 9 times more powerful than our sun. 4, Sirius in the first universe collects and projects the entire power of Sirius focal point in the second universe. Okay. 5, small Sirius is also called the second Sirius. Its rotation period around the big Sirius is 52 years. Okay. So it gives doses. So 1, 2, and then the smaller one that goes around gives doses of the energy that is coming to this second Sirius, which is in the first universe. It gives doses of that energy evenly and nicely across the constellation, so nobody's bombarded, especially us. So the small Sirius is also called the second Sirius. Its rotation period around the big Sirius is 52 years, Earth years. 6, the mission of the small Sirius is to distribute the energy of the big Sirius to the 9 constellations fractionally. 7, each constellation is 7 in number. If we calculate the stars of each constellation together with the big Sirius, that is the Great Bright, with the second Sirius, that is the small Sirius, it makes 9. 8. The third Sirius, or the Ilona constellation, is responsible for the Milky Way galaxy. It is the first 9 that projects the divine order. Number 9. Ilona constellation, that is the third Sirius, is the closest one to the second universe and to the dimension of the first Sirius. Since it receives frequency closest to the channel of the Lord, your planet is subject to a special system. 10. The total of the Ilona constellations is also called third Sirius. You cannot see these stars from your planet due to their being lined up one behind the other. Their period are on the same level plane. The other constellations are the same too, only a satellite sent from your planet can detect them from behind. 11. The big Sirius, the small Sirius, the third Sirius are triangular focal points projecting the divine order of the second universe. Okay? 12. The knowledge in the focal point of the Ilona constellation is being projected on you from 4 channels of the Supreme Assembly. Each constellation has an establishing order, an administrative mechanism, an assembly of supreme ones in the central system. This just makes me so happy. Like, it just makes me so happy to know that, like, there's a whole thing everywhere outside of here. There's a whole thing. And then I feel good that, like, there's higher governance for us. You know, there's higher plans for us, and like all these ones that we're all like, you know, oppressed by doesn't really exist. Each constellation has an establishing order, an administrative mechanism, an assembly of supreme ones, and a central system. The 9 constellations mentioned above are under the governance of the single order establisher. 15. The evolutionary order each constellation gives to the dimensions to which it belongs is different, but the focal point is the same. So it gives different evolutionary tableaus to different constellations, but it still receives that one energy, but whichever constellation and what they need is projected to them accordingly. This is what it's saying. So the evolutionary energy belonging to your planet is given by the first 9, to which you belong. 17. The direct triple focal point of your system is the Malik code, right? Muhammad Ali and Jesus. The K represents Jesus. 18. The entire focal point that was drawn in the diagram encompasses the order of the entire universe. Wow. 19. All this operational ordinance is connected to the center above the center. However, the most powerful focal point is the Ilona focal point, because it is a sole focal point nearest to the godly dimension, and that projects its ordinance on the other systems. And it is the energy source nearest to you. So listen, the Ilona, being the closest to the godly dimension, is also the energy source closest to us. For this reason, the divine order is projected on your planet in the most correct and direct manner. It is presented for your knowledge. Now, I feel special. And that was from the center. Note, a question has been asked. In the Rod calculations, the rotation of the period of small Sirius has been calculated as 50 years. Was it actually 52 or 50? And the answer was, in the Rod calculations, the period shift of the zodiac unit in the 50-year rotation has not been calculated. Remember, we have that leap. So we're done Fascicule 18. I want to read you something really cool. Hey, I am WML. I want to read you something really cool from Fascicule 22. Section. Ooh. So we're done Fascicule 19. We finished Fascicule 18 and we finished Fascicule 19 all in one day. And I still have time. That's because I didn't talk too much. I just went straight to reading. But there's something I really want you guys to hear. We'll get there soon, but it's so cool that I just have to share it. Section. Where's the section? Section. Really? Cinderella. Thank you. That makes me happy. Thank you. Come on, find it. Come. Oh, there it is. Okay. Where should I start so you guys have a comprehension of it? Oh my days. It's so good. I don't know where to start. Let me see. Okay, I'll start here. We'll get to it. It's Fascicule 22, and we just entered Fascicule 20. So, in like, if I'm able to be consistent with my life, we'll get to it within this week. But I just want to, I want you guys to listen to something. Clear knowledge. Okay, ready? Our friends, Allah is the root of all energies. Okay? He's the root of all energies, a point from which all creations came into existence, whom one cannot reach even through mental path. All creations came into existence in the process of transformation. Allah rendered humankind the most matured living being as the light of all universes. Here, Allah represents the creator. The power of humankind is in its achievement of mentally transcending the dimensions. By this means, the findings beyond universes have reached up to your present times. However, the atomic whole we call the spiritual potential is a mystery concealing all the knowledge in itself since cosmosis came into existence. Such a natural system, such an intricate scheme formed that nothing is lost in the universe, okay? Now we would like to talk to you about far before the orders and technologies, okay? By the research made about times when living beings called the humans did not yet come into existence, one enters such period in which a very advanced technology has been prevalent. At this stage, all systems become silent. So before our existence, there was an advanced technology that was prevalent, okay? Before our existence. So this is where I want to read this because this is like before we were created, okay? So listen. By the research made, so our celestial family, they're also searching. They're all, just like we're doing science and learning and all that stuff here, they're also searching the universe. It's an interminable, like you can never end searching for knowledge because that means that God, the creator, Allah, has an end and he does not, or she or he or does not have an end. And so they're also searching. Now, this is really fascinating. I pray you guys are listening. Okay. By the research made about times when the living being called the human did not yet come into existence. So according to their research before us, one enters such a period, okay, so there was such a period in which advanced technology had been prevalent that all systems become silent, okay? Who were the establishers of this technology? Where did they come from? How did they come into existence? And I remember I was talking to Theo the other day, and he was talking about how this AI system corrupted the universe. But now hearing this, it's like, what? Here, all mental activities cease. Since we find numerous universe clusters during the research we make, now we are trying to reach the first of those clusters in our studies. Like I said, they're also researching the vast. In the meantime, the reason of existence of the living being called the human and us who have come up to here has more or less been determined. So we're going to hear what they have to say. As a result of analyzing the energy particles, we are obtaining much different and advanced knowledge. Okay? At present, we have arrived at the source of the energy and the creative power. We have passed to dimensions beyond it technologically, and by the efforts of your mental activities, many unknown horizons have been discovered. However,